And I think we are ready. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, what's up? It's Carson. Welcome to the live stream. This is Ben, my better half, and today we are going to be making a feast. We are going to be making pesto pasta. We're going to make some garlic bread. We're going to make the pasta from scratch right here, which will be a lot of fun. So let's just go ahead and get right into things. I think we should wash our hands first. First. Real quick. And alright, so the first thing that we're going to get started on is our beautiful egg-based noodles. So egg-based noodles require just a little bit of love and attention to get right. So we're gonna start. Yes, I can. 1 second. Bonk, bonk. Let's see. Bonk, 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 bonk. Let's see. Does that help? Is that any better? Let me know. I'm gonna start by cracking some eggs. I need 4 of them. Ooh, hello.
Shells in the noodles.
Pretty much shells in the noodles. Can you move the trash can over here? Yep. So, and then, can you measure me out some salt?
Sure, how much?
We need, do 2 tablespoons, and then we'll go from there. So we got 4 eggs without shells. Ooh, set it on a paper towel, because that'll be what I'll need next. Cool. So the first thing that I want to do is actually kind of beat these a little bit, because if I beat them a little bit, it makes the noodles just a bit smoother. So I'm gonna start out with this cool little head right here and just beat these real briefly, just so that they get a tad bit runny. And now that we have some running eggs, we are going to start measuring out our flour. So the way that we're gonna do flour on this particular occasion is by weight. So we need just about 420 grams of flour for what we're gonna be working with. So this cool thing right here is a sifter. So if I put this scale on top, I'll be able to not only know how much I'm putting in, but also I'll be able to very, very accurately dispense it into my blender. So let's start. Let's see. How close can I get this? Beautiful. So that is a good bit of flour. And now, this may be slightly noisy because it's a sifter, but we're gonna work with it. So, sifting our flour. So while that is sifting, I'm going to go ahead and take the excess that's actually coming off here and use it to get my little work area just a bit more in shape, because we do need some flour covering our work area. So now that we have a good bit of flour going on, let's see, what do be occurring? Aha. We had a flour jam. So we put in just about 200 grams of flour, and it's nice because while this flour is being added, we're going ahead and making a nice even mix in our bowl. So while we're working on this and waiting on the flour, and we have our beautiful bit of salt right here, I'm gonna go ahead and add just about half a tablespoon. So just a bit of salt. And last but not least, we need to add some water. Can you get a bowl of water? So as we add more flour, our dough's going to start getting dry. As we get good, I'm glad it's not loud because I wanted things to not be super overwhelming with the noise. So now that we have this, we're going to go ahead and close our sifter here. And so you can see we've put in a good amount of flour here. We've put in just about 320 grams, so we're still short about 100 grams. But we're going to go ahead and lift this entire mechanism up. And we have some pretty good looking dough that just needs a bit of water. So we're gonna add some water just to help our dough out a bit. It's nice when the dough is cooperative, especially with this mixer. This mixer kind of has a limit with how much the dough can be mixed around before it really gets too crazy. So let's go ahead and add in our last bit of flour here. We're gonna make it just a bit more. There we go. You just need to get just a bit more. And beautiful. So now we're gonna see just about how much we've put in. Looks like we had another flour clog. Cool. And get this back open. And now let's see. Yeah, I think it needs some. So let's give it, yeah, it's almost the right consistency. So we have this texture that's not like immediately fall off, but cool. Drop in like half of it, yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. Now it looks as though we have just about everything we need in here. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this out and switch over, thank you, to our bread hook. So the bread hook is gonna help kind of loosen up the dough some more. It's gonna help the flour that's kind of stuck around the outside get bonded in. And it's gonna help this little bit of dough in the middle that's still super runny get brought to the outside so that that dough can be the dough that gets mixed in with the excess flour. So let's go ahead and get this going. We're gonna go ahead and actually secure the base correctly. And finally, turn things on. always fun cooking live because fun things happen. Like that. Could have been way worse. So, alright, we're gonna go ahead and get this whole mixture coming out right here. And we're gonna use our excess flour to help us out. And if you could take this bowl for me.
Do you want me to keep the flour over here?
No, we're done with it. So the rest of this kneading needs to be done by hand. So we're gonna sit here and kind of make nice with this dough for a little bit. While we're kneading the dough, Ben, what is your favorite shape of pasta?
I like rotini.
Rotini.
Yeah.
So for the audience that may or may not know what rotini is, what is rotini?
It's the long one with the hollow out in the middle, like a, I don't know.
So it's like a curly pasta.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make a curly pasta, which is nice.
Not hollow. That's penne. I was thinking.
Yeah, you were thinking of penne. So we're gonna be working on a pasta called fusilli, which is very, very similar in shape to what Ben wants over here. But because we are working in the constraints of kitchen equipment, I can't make rotini exactly. So we're gonna make something just a little bit bigger.
Need me to knead?
Sure. You need.
What?
You need.
I need?
I need.
I need to knead. That's stupid.
We are. So, inside.
Do you want to get some extra flour? You may need extra flour.
Okay. Make sure to speak up. Extra flour.
That's good. Thank you.
For sure.
Also, I answered my type of favorite pasta. What's yours?
So, if I had to pick like an all-time favorite pasta, it would probably be penne, just because penne is super easy to make. But to be honest, I'm not entirely sure that penne is like an exciting pasta to make when we have the ability to make some pastas that are a little bit more fun. So we're going to be working with your choice today instead of mine. So now that we have done everything we needed to do with our beautiful little scale here, we can actually disassemble this.
Oh, look at that extra flour.
So let's take that.
A lot of extra flour.
Yep. And then we're going to take this off. And we're going to go right there.
How long do we need this dough for?
About 4 to 5 minutes, so we should be getting close to the end. So now that we have kneaded our ball nicely, let's go ahead and get this thing ready for extrusion. So extrusion is how we're going to make this pasta. So we have this beautiful little pasta cutter here. And the way this thing works is it has, let's see if I can get it close enough. It has a base on the bottom that allows it to basically force the pasta through and get it out in a different shape. So, we're going to be making the curly Q pasta, which means we've kind of got to extrude at a quick rate. So the rate that we're going to be extruding at is 6. So it's very, very quick.
Do you want me to get a pan to put it on?
Yeah, get a pan. So we got, to make our balls of dough, let's grab some of this extra flour off the base of our blender here. Some nice dough balls. Cool. If you want to start dropping them in, we can get making some pasta.
Do you have the pushy stick?
No. It's the pushy stick. Pushy stick.
So the first couple will come out a little wonky as it starts getting prepped.
Let's see.
There it goes. I'm gonna let it uncurl. It twists, but it also curls.
So when we get it ready at the right size, we can just slice it off and we get nice little noodles. Are you Italian, Ben?
No.
What are you?
German and Native American. Like 1/16 Native American.
German and Native American. Sorry, we're trying to talk over.
So that should be good.
That should be good. Alright, now we should be able to get better pasta.
How long should the pasta be?
The pasta should be about 2.5 inches.
That?
Yeah.
It's like 1.5 inches. I did that.
Now we come popping through. You just separate for me, I can throw them your way.
Yeah.
So the other thing that we actually have to worry about with this is we have to make sure that our actual mixer doesn't get too hot. So the mixer here can only really do this for about 5 or 6 minutes at a time. And then it's going to have... Did you mess them up? What did you do?
I rolled them into a ball. My bad.
Let me throw some more flour on them so they attempt to do a little better.
Yeah, they're really sticky.
Oh god, we forgot to cut.
It's really sticky.
Everything's falling apart. Okay.
More flour.
More flour, more better.
Someone asked if I was Italian.
I know. He wanted to know.
Nope. I can eat like an Italian.
Oh my goodness.
Sticky.
They're sticky.
Sticky, icky.
But that's... keep them in twos.
In twos. Okay.
That may help. Come along. Bonk. Okay. With the rest of this dough, I'm going to work on trying to make it just a bit more dry. So So we're gonna make our dough just a bit more dry. Got that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's so nice.
What is?
He said we were cute together.
Oh, thank you.
Cool. Pasta, pasta, pasta.
February will be 3 years.
Yeah, February will be 3 years. So now we gotta go inside of these balls and make them just a little bit smaller. Ah, you pushed too far.
One giant noodle.
It tastes good. They may not look pretty, but they taste pretty. That's what matters.
So why are we putting them on this pan?
Right, so... Sorry, I lost, Jackson! Hey, Jackie, how are you? It's, we had a little bit of an explosion of flour, but we got past the explosion of flour, and we've progressed. So, now we are extruding our pasta over here.
You were explaining why we were putting it on the...
Right, so I'm explaining why we gotta put it on this tray. So these trays are super, super important because if you've ever noticed when you buy pasta, normally it doesn't come like this. It comes dried out. So what we have to do is we have to spend some time letting this pasta actually sit and dry. So we're gonna let it dry for about 40 minutes. And while we're working on that drying process, we're gonna go ahead and get started on a bunch of other bits of food. So let's go ahead and stop this for a second, because it's getting a wee bit warm. And let's go ahead and pop this open. So what happens is, as the extruder gets warm, the dough starts melting and clogging. And so it helps if we go inside and just pull our dough ball through and get it re-floured up. So the way that we do that is we go right in here with this hook and hook it. Hook it right, if I can find it. There it is. I can't find the hook spot. Cool.
Look at that. It's
See,
like cookie dough.
it gets hot and then it turns into cookie dough. So now we've got to take all of this dough.
Here's our first pan.
So we've got a pan full.
I'll set it over here.
Are you gonna grab us another pan so that we can keep going? Okay. So I've just gone ahead and put some flour on the spindle that resides in the middle of the extruder, just so everything stays nice and floured up. So now that we have that, we're gonna go ahead and push this back in. We have reset that. We're gonna get some of this nasty dough up and out. It's not nasty, it just got pushed and dried. So now that we have that done, we can go ahead and screw this bad boy back on.
Making pasta is messy, but that's how you know it's good.
All good cooking is messy. If it's not messy, it's not good cooking. Put our cutter back on. And finally, we'll drop in the extrusion head. Now that we have all that done, we're going to go ahead and spin things back up. Get to a 6. And get things going again. So we have, just like the last time, we have a little bit to work through with regard to making the pasta actually look pretty. So see, you get some really, really twisties like this. But that's okay, we just go ahead and ball those back up and shoot them back through the extruder again. The only thing the extruder is really changing is the shape.
You don't want to do the cutting part too slow, because then it will mess up the pasta.
Yeah, that's another one of the big tricks. You gotta cut quickly. You gotta cut decisively.
Not like that.
Yeah, not like that, but he recovered. Cool. So since we've got that going on, the next thing I think we're going to do is actually take a second and start getting ready for one of our next things, which is going to be cutting Parmesan cheese and getting it nice and great.
Oh, Lord.
What happened?
It's balled up. Balling up like that. That's a little small.
Yeah, it was. But I was making sure the thing worked, okay? Don't come for me like that.
These look like those chips, the barbecue ones that are twisty that I had when I was younger. I don't know what they're called.
Oh,
Fritos?
yeah, I remember those. They're like a kind of Fritos, yeah. Huh? Okay. Next up. More dough. We are almost done with our dough here.
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum. Oh. Hey, Martin, how's it going? Pasta, pasta. Right.
I'm running out of room.
You need another one.
I know.
Just turn it off for a second. Cool. So we're getting close to wrapping up our pasta. We just have a little bit more to extrude. While he is working on our last plate of pasta, I'm going to switch gears and start working on one of our next things, which is grating Parmesan. So,
Great.
did you really? So before we can grate the parm, we actually just need to cut it up. So let's go ahead and get into this here parm.
Want me to finish this?
Yeah. Now we're going to be getting the parm into nice little strips that can be fed into our chopper. So we've got to get all of this going. Nice rind. If we were making soup, it would be really good to keep this. One of the other things that you really need a lot of for pesto is basil. So we are going to be working on getting our basil ready. To ready our basil, I'm going to use a separate bowl and just start picking the basil. Just like this. Pick, pick, pick.
Smells so good.
Fresh basil is one of the best smelling herbs, I think. I think there's not much that could beat it.
Rosemary is second, I think.
Rosemary's pretty good too. So the goal with this is to get out as many stems as you can, because the big stems really don't help you. Because we want our pesto, we're doing a traditional pesto, so we don't necessarily want it to be like creamy, but we want it to be kind of nice and chunky and have a little bit of that good consistency to it. So, inside of here, you just are gonna pick off all of these leaves. And then once we get going in here, we're gonna actually start working on some pesto sauce. Cool. So, what else can the viewers look forward to in our stream then? What else are we making today? So we're making the pasta, obviously. We're making the pesto. And what else? What else? I feel like we need...
Bread? Garlic bread?
Yeah. So we're doing garlic bread. So we've got to get all up in here. Take all this basil. You know, I read somewhere that it's sometimes good to run leaves like this under ice water.
Right.
Because I think it helps them perk up. Or like stay fresh or something like that. But frankly, this basil's super fresh. It is so fragrant. I don't think we need to do that. It's all so green looking.
I normally do that whenever I'm making you salad or something. I think this is the last ball.
You got one more.
What? Oh. Well, right. I was hoping that was the last ball.
Nope.
Bread.
So while I work on the pesto here, yeah, bread. Bread is the best way to do things, so that's what we're doing. We're going for bread.
Oh, whoa,
boy!
Beautiful.
Those ones came out just a little bit long.
These are really twisty. Whoa.
That's how they're all supposed to be, actually.
Well, we got some fettuccine.
But
we got some twistini.
That's the beauty of handmade pasta. You get, you know, you just kind of get whatever shape comes out and you kind of go with it. Let's see. I forgot about one thing I was going to say. That. Cool. Next up, now that we have our basil, is to get our pine nuts. So you can use all kinds of different nuts in pesto, but frankly the best ones are always going to be pine nuts, because pine nuts are I know, I'm saying the pine nuts are just so much better than any other kind of nut.
Oh, I dropped a bunch of flour on my foot.
So I've measured out a good bit of pine nuts here. But I think I actually have yeah, so that's about 1.5.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure I was doing things right. So we're gonna dump those in to start.
What was that?
What was that? That was the end of
You better wash it.
that.
Or not. Wash it.
I'm doing so great. So now we get these. Well, everything that could fallen out of this thing has fallen out of this thing. So there is nothing else that can fall.
Except the pine nuts.
Cool. So now from within this, we're gonna get all these pine nuts. Is that officially all of the pasta?
I hope so. I'm out of room again. How many grams of flour did you say this was?
430.
Well,
So it's enough for like 2 meals for us.
yeah.
All right.
No, I just need more pasta dough.
Here you go.
It's okay.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start working on the pesto actually. So the way that you make a good pesto is you have to make sure that you keep a good consistency. So consistency really is the name of the game with this. So in order to get that consistency, we're gonna start.
How much basil was that?
We're gonna do all of it. It's gonna be 1.5 cups. But frankly, I just want to make sure that I don't overwhelm the machine. All right, now we're ready to start adding our goodies. Oh, I almost forgot. And not almost forgot in a dumb way. Almost forgot literally. So the way that you make a good pesto is it's got to have a little bit of garlic in it.
Need help?
Sure, if you want to work on this, I can fit the last bits of pasta in.
How many cloves?
Just one. 1 clove of garlic.
Gonna migrate things. You need it minced?
Yes.
We've officially run out of pasta room.
We have no more room for pasta, but all of the pasta has a home. We are complete.
Whew.
Whew. Yeah.
Here you go.
Crazy.
Crazy girl.
Oh my god. All right. Next up.
Do you need me to mince the garlic or?
Go ahead. And I am going to grind some Parmesan. Parm going in. Right there.
Here's your garlic.
Okay. Yeah, it smells like that's my garlic. Go ahead and add that to what? Right there.
Scooch just a little. There you go. The garlic.
All right. Now, would you like to start working on the garlic bread?
Sure. Do you want me to clean up a little bit first?
Sure. So once a little bit of cleanup happens, Ben's going to get started on the garlic bread. So we're going to migrate very briefly away from this current setup that we have going right here. And we're going to move to a setup that has the oven more in frame so that Ben can work on the garlic bread.
I'll be right back.
And we have a little bit more cheese to go. Just a bit. And finally, we are gonna pop this out right here and go bonk, bonk, just that. And everything comes running off. Yum, freshly ground parm, ready to go.
Is that a whole thing of parm?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know it goes by quick when you're grinding it. Alright. I think we are done with the mixer. Pine nuts. Parm. And finally, a good drizzle of olive oil. So we're gonna go for half a cup of olive oil in total, but we're actually only gonna use half of it right now. And let's pop that all right there in the food processor so we get Cool. Now, all that's left is some olive oil, salt, and last but not least, the rest of our olive oil. Give it a good old grind. And next up, it's time for a quick sample. So I think, how's it taste? It definitely needs a bit more cheese and salt, but other than that, I think it's pretty good. Cool. Looks about the right consistency. Tastes very good. Does taste good. I could just eat it out of there. Yep, me too. So while we are waiting on the rest of our food, we are going to go ahead and take this and get it going in the fridge. Maybe. Definitely. It got there eventually. Do we need any of this for the garlic bread? Nope. Go ahead and get started. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is working on the garlic breads. So in order to get the garlic bread working right, we are going to switch camera angles. You can do it over there.
I have to prep it over here.
No.
No? Okay.
You can prep it over there. Because I'm going to do this. Bonk. Isn't that so cool? You can see him over there working on... Hey, Kai. How's it going? We are hanging out. I have been working on pesto. We got our beautiful twisty pasta. Let me get some to show you. We got 3 trays full of twisty pasta. And yum, yum, yum. So we are going to be using this twisty pasta with... What'd you say? My kitchen is like just barely big enough to make it all work, but we are definitely running out of space with the dishes as they start to pile up. And we got some homemade basil pesto to go with it. Ooh, hit that. So the basil pesto is going to be pretty cool. And Ben's over there.
Butter knife.
Ben's using a butter knife on.
No, I need a better knife, but I said butter knife.
So Ben's working on garlic bread. Okay. Let's see.
I need a small bowl.
Use that one.
It's just garlic butter. I don't need that much.
Oh. So our pasta's been sitting for about 20-ish minutes. At this point, about 20-ish minutes.
Your spam bot blocks me messages.
Ugh! I need to turn off the caps thing. It's so annoying. I'm so sorry.
What did you eat?
A piece of cheese. I was hungry. Guy, give me a second. I'll turn it off. I hate Streamlabs, but it's the only one that allows me to use my, like, alerts thing, which is annoying. My clock is wrong. What clock? Oh, the clock on the stove? Well,
That's right for us.
no, because technically it's 7:14. Listen. Listen. The power goes out on occasion because we love the Texas energy grid. And when the power goes out, the clock stops working.
You could just say that our live stream is slightly behind. But it's not.
No, it's not that far behind.
It's only a minute off.
It's behind a few seconds, but not that much. And did you want to use normal salt or olive oil salt?
Well, I've never thought of that.
I used to do that, but the thing is, I get really lazy about doing it when it happens super frequently. Like, if it's something that's only happening, like, daylight savings time, or if it's something that's, like, only... if it's only, like, a quarterly change or something, I would probably be more inclined to, I would probably be way more inclined to work on that. Ben, you moved back over here, and you totally didn't tell me. There we go. He's
I'm getting 4 cloves of garlic.
getting garlic for the garlic bread. And I am going to start the stove water. So, within... These are our bowls that we're going to be eating out of today.
We got fancy china. We have 2 sets of china plates.
Yeah, we have 2 sets of plates that will be making various appearances as we go about our cooking. But for now, we are just going to show off the set that we're actually going to be using. So we may not need all these plates, but better to be prepared. What?
Nothing. I just wasn't prepared to see all the plates. Even though they were sitting over there. Alright. 4 cloves of garlic.
4 cloves of garlic. And wow, does it smell like garlic in here.
At least you can keep the vampires away.
Do you like my plates, Kai? They're nice. So there's actually kind of a funny story behind these plates. I got these plates from a math teacher in high school, kind of funnily, because we got along really nicely, and she was nice, and she really liked me, and she wanted to get rid of this china, so here we go. But
Set a booby trap for me.
did I?
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I needed some water. Hydrate. So
I'm using too many napkins.
well, do you want me to pick you some parsley?
Sure. Half a cup of butter. Which is how many tablespoons? A whole stick,
How much?
right? A half a cup.
Half a cup is how many tablespoons? The world may never know.
4 tablespoons is a quarter cup, so a half a cup is the whole stick.
Very nice.
That's what this butter says. Except that butter doesn't. Because I took it off.
How much parsley do you want?
A quarter cup.
I'm gonna like pull this apart.
That parsley also smells.
Ooh, yeah. But it doesn't smell as good as basil.
Cutting up the butter so it melts butter.
Ben. Why did you say that? Let's see. So you said a quarter of a cup.
Yeah. Oop. Oop. Well, there went all of our butter. So. And then a quarter cup of oil.
A quarter of a cup.
That. We're gonna bake it 450. Maybe 450. There you go.
There we go. The oven is heating. The pasta water is boiling. We're ready for our first round of pasta. I think we're gonna bake the pasta in, or not bake it, boil it. We're gonna boil the pasta in 2 rounds instead of 1.
We don't have to cook all the pasta. We could save some of it.
Well, yeah, we're gonna save a lot of it, but I meant ours.
Yep. I'm gonna finely chop this as well. So finally. Boop. Oh, we're out of good knives. Okay. Whatever. Did you switch the camera?
Yes, I did. Our camera has been switched. You are now looking at the startings of pasta boiling.
Do you have a ladle?
A ladle? Yes.
Or whatever you need to use.
We're gonna do just a little bit more. Let's grab ourselves a spatula.
Didn't we get a spice mill?
Yes.
Does it not do parsley? Is parsley a spice?
No.
Does it do herbs?
It does not.
Oh, that's lame. Well, this knife is not working. So.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop in the remainder of And just so you can kind of...
Sorry.
I really did that.
No, you have flour all over your nose.
And just so you can actually get a better look at it, here is our pasta. Looking very nice. Looking very nice. And so now, the cool thing about fresh pasta is fresh pasta takes almost no time compared to real pasta.
Got it. Quarter cup of oil, please. Oh, okay. What do you call a fake noodle?
What?
An impasta.
Bit.
That wasn't even the joke I wanted to tell you earlier.
What's the joke you wanted to tell me earlier?
Why did the noodle get locked out of his house?
Why?
Because he had no key. I laughed so hard at that. I need salt. Did you dump out all the salt? Oh, thank gosh. I need a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. Sometimes I feel like when making stuff, it'll say something and you'll measure it, and then you'll put it in there and then realize that it said a tablespoon. And most of the time it's too much.
That's fair, that's fair.
I'm gonna warm this up. We have a melt section? Melt? Butter? No. Well, you know it has the instructions down here,
Yeah.
but we don't.
You're just funny.
Can I have the whisk?
The whisk? I whisk you would have asked me earlier about it.
We're not gonna start doing puns. I will out-pun you. What about the gay one? I like the other one.
There you go. I just called. Hey, you can't.
What? I just called.
You can't sing copyrighted music.
I wasn't singing, I just said I called.
Let's see. Okay. So I'm gonna do just a wee bit of oil.
How's your pasta going?
It's going. It's cooking.
I feel like maybe it wasn't supposed to be melted.
Why?
I think it's just supposed to be softened because I'm going to pour it onto the bread and then it's going to do bread things and melt anyway, so.
It's gonna do bread things.
Whatever. I'm going to put it in the fridge.
Ben,
What? It's
have you
gonna
never
chill.
made this?
No.
You never. Okay.
I've never made homemade garlic butter.
I was under the impression you had.
Nope. As the cool kids say, you only live once. Hashtag Rolo.
Can I get rid of this salt now? I am going to use this. I wanted to use this, and you used it for salt.
Oof.
All right.
I'm gonna put some things in the dishwasher, question mark? Or should I wait?
Go ahead and wait.
Okay.
We're almost done. So I'm making us some bread dipper.
Put some light on the subject. What's that?
Italian spices. So it's a mix of thyme, parsley, sage, and rosemary.
I see. Yummy.
Yum, yum, yum. Let's see. Very nice.
Do you ever eat the center out of the bread?
Yes.
Oh.
Very good, very good.
Yum.
All right, let's check on our pasta.
Fries are done.
Very nice. Just a little bit.
I'm gonna bam. And then should I put aluminum foil on the bread pan? Or no? No. We're fine, right? Oh! Well,
450.
let's pour our liquid.
Let's pour the butter.
In retrospect, probably should have put it in the freezer. But whatever. I want to make this as little messy as possible. So. That is good. Bread. My bad. G. Trying to butter it up.
Very nice. I'm trying to finish up our pasta over here.
How do you know when your pasta's done? I assume it's not done. Or it's hot. Are you okay?
It was very hot. But no, it's not done. So we're gonna take a spoon.
A spoon?
While we're waiting.
That's all the butter liquid. Ooh, that's pretty. And then you like your bread less toasted.
Yes.
So I'll do.
Pull out one half and let the other half go.
I'll just do 8 minutes. Oh, not 18. I'll do 7.
Okay.
It looks fantabulous. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes, but we're just seconds out. I need to make room for you to pour out liquid. Goodness. Okay.
Almost. It's so close.
We're gonna put a couple items in here for now.
It's so close to being done. It's so close. So for those of you just popping back in, we have plated. We have plates ready. We are ready to serve. We are ready to go. All we are waiting on is our pasta to finish boiling. And we're doing the pasta in 2 stages so that we can sample the pasta while we are waiting for the next batch to finish.
put water in that one?
Sure.
Or you want to strain that water in here? No.
No. Actually, leave that one empty. I'm gonna just pour this into that and then use this again because it's already hot.
Okay. Is it done? You want me to taste one to make sure?
Sure. I'm gonna let him get burned this time because I got very burned the last time. So
Just throw it against the wall.
let's let him pasta taste this time and see what's going on.
Not done. Not done.
It was close.
I don't think it's done yet. It's still very doughy.
Well, in the interim time, I want to eat more of this pesto.
Leave some for me.
It's so good. And last, but most certainly not least, is our little bread dipper. Bonk.
Ooh. Where will the bread sit?
Put your half on your plate and my half on my plate, and then we eat.
Pasta?
No, the pasta goes in the bowl.
Oh. You want a half a loaf of bread?
I like bread.
It's like 4 minutes.
How is it though?
Not even buttered. Toasted, whatever. I was making room. Can you grab the pot holder for me? Thank you. I'll need the other one too. Sorry. Okay.
Very nice, very nice.
Here's parm. Michelin presentation right there.
5 stars.
Alex Garnaschelli would be proud. I don't think Bobby Flay does pasta.
No, he's more street food kind of cook. Let's see. What else could I be doing? I think that's about it.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure.
What do you want me to do?
Alright. So,
Turning that off so you don't burn yourself.
yeah. Because we definitely don't want that to happen. So, we are going to take this.
Okay.
Beep. Very nice.
Can we just try to get... Want me to put water? Great. This is gonna sizzle really bad. You shouldn't pour cold water into a hot pan.
Did it sizzle?
No.
Okay.
Well, the next process.
He said half a loaf of bread. Half a loaf of bread is the perfect answer to things. I don't see what's wrong with half a loaf of bread for dinner. So we're gonna just scoop our pesto. So while we're doing that, I'm gonna hop this right here, and we're gonna grind in some pesto. Trying to make it not so noisy, but
Mix it and mix it.
there's gonna be just a bit of noise.
People like ASMR.
It's only ASMR if it's quiet.
Be quiet.
Hello, welcome to my ASMR channel. So now that we have just a bit going on, we can do scoop and scoop. And finally,
You want to see if this bread's almost done for you?
I think so.
Excuse me. Burn me. Yummy.
Set it on the stove. So let's take a look at the garlic bread.
Bready.
Oh, it looks so good. It looks amazing.
Do you want to cut it?
No, you can go ahead and do
That's
it.
not boiling.
Oh, you're right. I almost did bad.
And I was stabbed, so careful.
Hot.
Yes. What do you want me to,
Grab onto it that way?
ma'am?
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Clean up that cutting board, and I'll just put it on the cutting board. Struggles. That was terrible.
What?
Well, I don't want to cut on that. Well, it's okay.
Cutting board, cutting board.
You need that.
For what?
Oh, I guess I can just plate this for you, right? Cut what you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this back in the fridge
Okay.
and keep eating my bread. That's a lot better cutting than I did. It looks beautimous.
It does look good. I'm gonna give myself 3 and I'll give you 3.
I like how you're giving me 3 thin ones and you got 3 thicker ones.
I love how you assume which one's mine and which one's yours.
Well,
I
you
didn't
put them in order.
I didn't put them in an order.
Yum. Do you need that for the pasta?
Yes. So now we throw just a little bit of cheese on top, because there's some cheese in the bottom. So I don't want to over cheese it.
Let's try it.
Let's sample, shall we? have so much flour all over me. It's
Are we cheersing? Are we toasting the plates?
Let's toast the plates.
Tink. I love that video. I'm gonna eat this entire thing.
Kai, why are you concerned for the bread?
The fact that 2 people are eating a whole loaf.
Yeah, apparently.
Is yummy.
It is so good. Delicious. Now, I gotta try the garlic bread.
Shoulder just broke.
Yeah.
Good. I think it was pretty yummy.
Yeah. Very good all around. Cool. Well, guys, I think that about wraps up our stream for this evening. We created some really good food. We made
yummy.
a very, very good meal. And I think that's about all she wrote. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe because there will always be more live streams if
Turn
I'm
on
still
the bell.
around. Yes, the bell for notifications. Very important. And I will see you all in the next stream. Thanks again for watching.
Nice
I'll
to
see
meet
you
everyone.
later.